Winter Escape, the Dornan family's romantic winter trip. When winter came, and Amelia had a beautiful idea. Winter came faster than usual. Every morning Amelia opened the window, and the cold air wafted into the bedroom like a gentle reminder that Christmas was coming. The trees were bare, the ground was frosted, and the roof was covered with a thin layer of snow. One morning, as the family ate scones and drank hot cocoa, Amelia suddenly said, "How about we go somewhere far away this year? Somewhere with deep snow, somewhere just our family." Jamie looked at her, as if she had just heard an offer too good to be true. "You want a trip?" "Yes," Amelia nodded. "Just us. No schedule, no one to recognize us. Just winter and 4 big hearts, plus Ginger's little heart." The 3 girls cheered. Jamie smiled, her heart warming instantly. A perfect idea. They chose a destination, a place straight out of a fairy tale. After a few days of searching, Amelia picked a special place. A small village in Norway, nestled between pine forests and snow-capped mountains, next to a large glacial lake. The population was so small that everyone knew each other. No one cared about Hollywood. No one asked about work. Just nature and silence. Jamie looked at the pictures of the village online and said, "I think we've found our winter paradise." Amelia took his hand and smiled. "Then, let's go." Departure day, Ginger was the most excited. On the morning of the departure, the SUV was packed with stuff: fur coats, woolen hats, gloves, snow boots, toys, hot milk and snacks for the flight. Ginger ran around wildly, barking and jumping on the suitcase. Jamie laughed heartily. "I swear this dog is more excited than the 3 children." The 3 daughters said in unison. "Because Ginger loves snow too." Amelia watched the scene with a warm heart, knowing that this trip would become a memory they would cherish for the rest of their lives. Arrive in Norway, and feel like they were lost in another world. When the plane landed at the small airport in the mountains, Jamie hugged Amelia from behind and whispered, "Welcome to the winter wonderland." Amelia leaned against him. So beautiful. Not just beautiful, it had a mythical feel. The snow was white everywhere, the high mountains sparkled as if sprinkled with glitter, the deep dark lake reflected the silvery gray sky. As the car drove into town, they saw small wooden houses, smoke-filled chimneys, yellow lights in every window. Jamie held Amelia's hand tightly. It was like a Christmas movie. "But the one with the real Jamie Dornan," Amelia teased. Jamie laughed. "No, the one with Amelia Warner is the most beautiful." Amelia blushed. The cabin, the crackling of wood and the warm smell of cinnamon. They were in a log cabin next to a pine forest, with glass doors that looked out onto the icy lake. Inside was a fireplace, soft carpets, and yellow lights hanging from the ceiling. As they entered, Amelia sighed. "Jamie, this is heaven." Jamie put his hands on her shoulders. "Heaven because you're standing here." All 3 girls shouted, "There are bunk beds, Mom. There's a swing in the living room. And there's room for Ginger." Ginger barked loudly in confirmation. Jamie hugged Amelia from behind. "Thank you for the idea," he said softly. "I've never seen kids so happy." "I want them to remember we had some great winters," Amelia whispered. "I'll make them remember them for the rest of their lives," Jamie replied. Day 1, skiing, belly-aching laughter, and a very clumsy Jamie. The family started skiing. And everything was normal, except for one small problem. Jamie couldn't ski. "Are you okay?" Amelia asked, trying not to laugh. "Very good," Jamie said confidently. 3 seconds later, thump. Jamie was sprawled in the snow. The 3 girls were rolling around laughing. Ginger was running around Jamie, mocking him. Amelia couldn't help it anymore, and she ran to support him, laughing until tears came to her eyes. "Don't laugh," Jamie said, covering her face with her hands. "You're an action star." "Yeah," Amelia laughed, pulling his hand. "But in the snow, you look like a lost reindeer." Jamie looked at her, squinting. "Are you teasing me?" "Yes." Amelia laughed loudly. Jamie stood up, picked her up and spun her around in the snow. "Jamie, put me down," Amelia shouted in laughter. He put her down, looking at her with sparkling eyes. "If you laugh like that again, I won't be able to bear it." Day 2, campfire, storytelling, and a kiss in the snow. In the evening, they lit a campfire in front of the cabin, toasted marshmallows, and told ghost stories. The three girls listened to Jamie's story with their mouths open, even though it wasn't scary. Ginger snuggled into Amelia's arms, shivering, from the cold or from stupidity, she didn't know. After the children were asleep, Jamie put a coat on Amelia and led her out to the icy lake. A light snow fell, the moon was hidden behind the clouds. "Are you cold?" Jamie asked. "No," Amelia smiled. "I'm here." Jamie held her hand, his breath mingling with the cold air. "I've never been happier," he said softly. "Movies don't make me feel this way. Success doesn't make me feel this way. It's just you." Amelia leaned her head on his shoulder. "Me too, Jamie. You're where I feel most at peace." Jamie turned her around, placing his hand on her cheek. Then, he leaned down. A kiss in the snow. Slow. Warm. So beautiful that time seemed to stop. Day 3, the dog sledding and Jamie's childish smile. The next day, they went dog sledding in the snow. Jamie laughed loudly like a child. Amelia looked at him, smiling. "You like it that much?" "Amelia, this is better than any scene I've ever filmed." The three girls also cheered with excitement. A family, 5 hearts, crossing the white snow like a painting. And Amelia realized, these moments are the pure happiness that life rarely brings. The last night, a surprise that Jamie did not expect. On the last night in Norway, Amelia took Jamie to the lakeside, where hundreds of small candles were arranged in an arc. Jamie stood still. "Amelia, what are you doing?" She led him by the hand to the center of the circle of candles. "Just wanted to say, thank you," she said, her voice trembling slightly. "For always choosing family, for loving me, for giving me a life I never dared to dream of." Jamie took her hand, her eyes slightly red. "You should be the one thanking me." Amelia stroked his face, gently as if afraid to break him. "Jamie, we've been through a lot. But standing here, in the middle of this unreal winter, I just want to say." She placed her hand on his chest. "I love you more than any words I could write." Jamie pulled her close, kissing her hair. "And I," he whispered, "will love you until the end of all winters." Snow fell softly. Candles flickered. The frozen lake reflects two silhouettes embracing each other as if the whole world is left with only those two hearts. When winter is no longer cold. The day they left Norway, Amelia looked back at the small cabin one last time. Jamie hugged her from behind. "Do you want to come back here next year?" he asked. "Yes," Amelia nodded, "but not because this place is beautiful. It's because here, I saw the happiest version of our family." Jamie kissed her cheek gently. "Amelia, wherever you and the children are, that's my paradise." She turned around, holding his hand. "Then we'll make hundreds of beautiful winters like this." Jamie smiled. "I promise." And as the car rolled out of the small village, the snow was still falling, but in their hearts, there was only warmth. A family. A love. A romantic winter that they would remember for the rest of their lives.